Welcome to the 442.
Hello. Is that Miss Doubtfire?
I legitimately thought it was a jump scare, and I moved my computer.
I know. Your reaction made me crack it. Yeah, I was thinking the other day. I always do the hello, welcome to the 442, blah 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 stuff, and I thought I should have a thing like Mike where I do something different every day for the year. So I'm going to do a different intro from a different movie.
Yep.
And then we have to guess what it is.
Yeah, and he got it right away.
Yeah, I mean, that was
But I cracked up in the middle of it, though. But
I'm trying to get Luca to come and say hello. I'm like, it's Chris and Evan, come say hi, and he's not moving. And then Robin Williams was in my ear.
I know. I could see while the thing was going that you weren't looking, so I was like, "This is going to surprise him."
Jesus. Alan, how are you?
So we got upstairs Evan. That's a
Yeah.
funny name that you got on there. Evan Halbert here to joke with us live instead of being in the comments like you typically are.
Yeah.
So it's up to the rest of the people in the comments to keep the jokes going since you're
Keep
not
it
there.
going.
I'm sure Steven will, and we got Wayne in the comments. So,
Well, yeah, it's Wayne, Alan,
howdy.
Hello.
around the stump games.
That's my buddy Sam,
Oh, nice, Sam.
designer.
And Facebook user. It's funny how many people are called Facebook user.
Yeah,
a
Facebook
lot of
user.
people.
I don't know who Facebook user is. They know me.
How are you,
though.
Shannon? Good to see you. I haven't seen you in 24 hours. 30 hours.
Yeah, so Mike just came from yet another what's this, like your fifth one this year? And
Yeah, it's
only February?
bonkers. It's been a pretty good beginning of 2024, to say the least.
Nice.
Who's the Gumbo Overlord?
Oh, that must be
Is that
Verla.
BJ? Who's that?
Must be Verla. I think she's the Overlord.
Oh, okay.
I think BJ is just the regular Gumbo Master.
It has been forever, Shannon. I hung out with Shannon and Di and Dave and Marcus and Dina, a whole bunch of people from the CCon family. It was a great weekend.
Nice. You brought the con with you.
I brought a lot. I mean, I didn't do anything, right? Dave and Di were coming up from Tantrum Con. They decided to extend their little vacation and come to, because it was on the way, come to Level Up this past weekend.
There's BJ. He's board game Gumbo.
Nice.
Now Shannon Pepitone seems like she knows everyone that I know, but I don't know if I've ever met her.
You will be meeting her in April, my friend.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. Awesome.
Yeah, Shannon's super active in the board game revolution community. Really fun to play with. She's an awesome human. So
We're naming all the people that know Evan or will meet Evan. So for the people that don't know, why don't you give a little who you be and all that stuff?
Yeah, I'm Evan Halbert, or currently I'm upstairs Evan, a post-Empire Lord. After the Empires, my first game that came out in 2021, and I've got a bunch of other games coming out over the next several years, hopefully, and or at least they're supposed to. We'll see what happens. And yeah, I just love playing board games and hanging out with people and chatting, and here I am.
for those that don't, I mean, I could speak pretty confidently on Evan. For those that don't know Evan, Evan is a stand-up human, an awesome person to talk to, and this is not because you're on the show. I say this in general. His designs are clever and out of the box and really fun to play. He is, I don't want to say jack of all trades, because that kind of comes with a negative connotation, because the end of it is master of none. But the stuff that you've done and do, it's a really, really impressive laundry list of like singing and like acting and stuff that's pretty
Very
bonkers.
creative. Yeah.
I like a lot of stuff.
Oh, that's awesome, BJ.
If you're at, and I'll ask you, like,
Oh, I was at. That was my first time ever playing Troubles.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
nice.
Was that picture you sent me? Where
Yeah,
you were
yeah.
like through that? Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, I was like, I'm finally playing your game.
Yeah.
Depending on where Evan is this year on the convention circuit, if you have an opportunity to jump in and say hello or meet them or find a demo or anything, I highly recommend you to do that. He's an awesome individual.
Cool. Look at this. Man. He's doing a better job of telling people to like this thing than I am. He's a better host than I am.
We have no structure. It's usually announcements.
I have a thing. I do this like. Yeah, I always forget to do it though. I do it like last 5 minutes at the end where everybody's like screwed off. You know?
Already.
Oh, the great Meteora. BJ is talking about a game. One of my designs I made him play. BJ, that finally got signed, my friend. So that will exist at some point.
Ooh.
Hey, for signed games. Yeah, I've. Let me ask you. Of course, you can't say certain things and stuff, but have you had signed games that ended up not being games?
Oh yeah,
because that happens.
Yes,
I've had that happen.
Yeah, that has happened, and there's lots of different reasons that can happen. But
man, everybody's showing up.
Matthew,
today.
Matthew sent an email today about an upcoming game that's. I don't have it on hand. I just remember seeing the email.
The update?
Oh, is it the not Sirens, but
Confusing Lands?
Confusing Lands. That's what it's called.
Nice.
I was like, it's something lands territory.
Yeah.
I got to play that at BGG-Con. Yeah.
Oh, cool. I didn't see that at BGG-Con.
Yeah, he had a little booth. It was awesome. I got to sit down for a minute.
I saw him at BGG-Con, but
BJ, it's not ready yet. It's not ready yet. Give me a few minutes.
Pre-orders.
Let's see. Should we do a lightning round, or you want to do announcements first?
I can.
Yeah, let's do announcements.
Yeah. If you're not on the email list and you don't know Matthew or Envyborn, that game Sirens we played last year, I don't remember when. I think it was the week before Gen Con, maybe. We had Matt on and we were playing Sirens. And Sirens is the one where you have the card display and you use your phone in the app and it sings the Siren song that you made. It's super clever.
That's so like the phone app integration thing where it plays the song is so ridiculous and awesome. I love it.
Yeah,
it's so clever.
The card play is really fun too. Like the way you're thinking about
it is.
Colors and the way the cards do it, and then you add that. You don't need it, but that extra bonus of you hear the Siren song. It's really, really.
I think I lost that game horribly, and it was still really fun. Right, so that's the mark of a good game.
I don't want to say anything, but yeah, you lost that one pretty.
Oh, hey Aldi, what's up, man?
Scott,
what's up, buddy? Good to see you.
Scott is currently probably crushing my face in Memoir 44.
Memoir 44? Richard's game?
Well, that's the one where you have little troops moving around and shooting each other, right?
Yeah, it's
that's the one.
Are you doing a PGA or something?
Yeah, he does a good job of inviting me to games I've never played before, so I'm always like playing my first ever game of a thing. And I'm like, wait, how does this work?
Nice.
I used to play a game. I can't remember what it was called, but it's real time, and John. It's like this space thing. What was it? It was on the computer, and Neptune's Pride or something like that. I think it's called. But it's real time, so you would be like, I'm going to send ships to this planet, and it would be like it takes 5 days to get there. 5 days real time later, those ships get there. But everybody else playing is doing the same stuff. And so like 3 days in, you see more ships coming this way. You're like, uh-oh. Stuff like that. It was really fascinating.
Kind of sounds awesome. It sounds like a real-time diplomacy or something.
Yeah, it got to the point where I'd be like, I got to get up at 2:00 in the morning because that's whenever the ships land at this planet. And then I can send them off to this other one when maybe they're asleep and they won't see them until it's too late. Like it took over my life. So I had to get out of it. I think it's called Neptune's Pride. I could be wrong. All right. Well, I said announcements and put on the thing way back. And now, are we done with announcements? That's my announcements.
You don't have any other announcements?
I have no announcements. Oh, yeah. Here's an announcement. I won't be here next week. I'm going to be in LA.
That's a true statement. You said that last week and you were wrong, but it is.
Yeah, this time it's right. You say it enough and eventually
it comes true. Yeah.
Announcements.
What happened, buddy? Oh, yeah. I got some stuff.
Yeah.
We want announcements. Well,
I'm ready.
I announced your game that you're on the email list for. So Level Up Winter Retreat was in Dirty Jersey.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm not a fan, but it was a super great time. Met a ton of people. Got to hang out with Danny Standring and Alex and Professor Meg, and obviously West. Saw Grant was there.
Yeah.
Jamie and Jeff from Foster the Meeple. Jenna from Board Game Garden. Like they had a really. Jeremy Howard is still. He's an awesome. I love him. So it was a great time to hang out with a lot of the CCon folks and a lot of those people. Really cool event. Well done. If West, I know West is still driving, I believe, but if anybody's watching this in the future, good job. Look into it when they have their next one. It was really, really well done. It's got that small con field with a little bit of vendors, events. They had the Star Wars, like the droid builders, and they had the 501st, and they had the Jedi, and my favorite. Let me see if I can get it real quick without stalling too much.
I saw the pictures on Facebook from some of the attendees, and I was jealous instantly. So
it was super great. I got to take a picture with one of my best friends.
Yep. That's part of the jealousy.
It was in Connecticut, Matt. They moved to Jersey. They moved to Jersey this year for the first time. And yeah, Jersey, man. I mean,
yeah, it looked like a good time. It looked like West gained a flamingo.
He did. There's a big story. So for those, to plug my other show that happens on Friday, This Is the Play happened live from the con, and we talked a little bit about what was going on in the beginning. But we had a bunch of friends jump on. Dave and Di were on. Marcus and Dina were on. Jason, who was there with me, hopped on. And if you know, if you're local, you know Jason from the local shop who's now with Hachette. Dina made these unbelievable chocolate infused chocolate desserts. They were ball shaped.
I only saw like a little snippet of that segment, and I was like, "What's going on right now?"
My God, some of them sucked. Like one of them was chocolate and apple cider vinegar.
Ooh.
But what happened was Wes was asking me questions about the MCU, and if I got it right, I got to pick the ball and know what it was. If I got it wrong, we had to eat it without knowing what it was. So the power of the show is just bonkers. Like,
what were some of the questions you got wrong? Because I would think you'd do really well on that one.
No, I did surprisingly well. I ended up going 5 for 5, but some of them were, you'd have to go back and watch. But some of them were like, I got Sakaar for Thor Ragnarok. I got good ones that like what's the E in SHIELD stand for? Totally blanked.
Strategic Homeland
Enforcement.
Enforcement.
I don't know.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm trying to go over Coulson's thing, like when he goes, and then they were working on that. Like I was trying. It was really fun. We had a really great time, and then we played Trash Talk, which I love. I adore that game. It's super brilliant. You play it with anybody. I've been bringing it everywhere and playing it as much as I can, and we played it for a while. We had 7 people. Everyone took a turn being the raccoon while everyone else was trying to do the thing. And at one point, and Dave's probably watching, and Di is in there. But at one point, Di was the raccoon, and Dave was on the side of the possums. And for those that know, you want to say hi? For those that know the pieces that are in there, one of the pieces is a little. Say hi.
Hi, Luca.
Can you say hi, Chris? Say hi, Chris. Say hi, Chris.
Hi,
Say hi, Evan.
Hi, Evan.
Hi, Luca.
Why does he get everybody else's name so well? I'm just like,
Nailed it.
I'm Evan.
So,
you're crap.
For those that don't know the game, there are items. The raccoons are trying to word associate based on words that are randomly shuffled onto cards. And then when the raccoon is done associating, the possums get to try and figure out what the word association is. One of the components in the game is a little purple bow tie. And 3 of the 4 words that were available were romantic, bedroom, and King Arthur. So Di is the raccoon, and her husband Dave is on our side, and we just fucking lost it. we just immediately, and Dave was pulling on the string too. Like it created a moment. So the whole rest of the night, we're just busting his balls about the whole thing. It's now 3 a.m, and Jason and I are on Hobby Lobby's website because they're right next door to the hotel, trying to figure out ways that we can make purple bow ties for everybody for the next day. And then we find out they made them. I actually have mine. They make them in sequenced bow ties.
That's great.
So then I gave a bunch to Wes. I gave a bunch to the people that we were playing with. And like Grant Lyon was wearing his. Jeremy Howard was wearing his. Like if you look at some of the pictures that like Shannon were posting, you'll see people wearing bow ties. Dave didn't know until like 5:30 or 6-ish. He was oblivious. But when we went in, the doors opened up and there was a 5-foot tall flamingo right there. I'm like, well, I have to get it. Like it's West and West loves flamingos. So like, and it was on sale. So I'm carrying it across the parking lot. I'm calling up West, asking if he has room in his car. And then he asked me for like, it had to have a name. So it's where I put on a pink bow tie and I called it Dave. So now he's got a 5-foot tall metal flamingo with Dave that he sent me a picture of him driving driving it home today. It was an awesome, really was an awesome time. Here you go.
Well, now I'm so not more jealous.
That's a metal flamingo hanging out his car, getting ready
that's
to
fun.
leave the hotel.
Yeah, that was the photo I saw.
Oh my God. It was a riot. It really was a riot. I stood it behind him while he was at the register, like talking to people about it. He backed up into it and went to turn and apologize like he was backing into a human. And then he realized what the hell it was. And I got one of my most favorite pictures.
Oh,
Like he's hugging it. And then
That's nice.
it was great. So now there's a 5-foot tall flamingo with a pink dinosaur or pink bow tie named Dave hanging around. It was amazing.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so that was Level Up. It was super fun. Definitely look into it for the next one that they have. It was absolute chaos. If you go and watch the video, you'll see us. We had a blast, laughing our asses off for almost 3.5 hours between the chocolate and the malort and the trash talk. It was an unbelievably amazing time.
Yeah, it looked like
Cool.
it was awesome.
It was good.
You got a Luca painting for us?
I do. I met somebody. I want to plug them a little bit. I met these guys at in the vendor hall. They're Woodstock Games.
Okay.
Go take a look. Their first game was Dice Fights.
Didn't hear of
And
it.
it's really simple dice roller where the dice have like symbols on it and you roll and fight each other. And throughout the game, you get money, gold that you can spend on upgrades. And one of the things you get to upgrade is the actual box. Like this becomes a rollable die.
Oh wow!
Well, 10 hits. Like if you roll that as 10 hits and you get 10 money and you get 10 defense, like this becomes a thing in the game. It was really neat. Their next game, Terraform, has beautiful art.
Ooh, that almost looks Bosley like.
Gorgeous art.
Yeah.
Do you know who the artist is?
I do not. He mentioned it, but I don't. I really don't remember.
That llama had nice lashes.
Llama has luscious lashes. Luscious llama lashes.
Look at that.
Don't kid
These
me.
are all
Get
stickers.
on
He had a whole bunch of stickers to promote. It looks awesome. It's coming to Kickstarter. They have the sign up thing to be notified. So if you do the Kickstarter, look up Terraform, and give this otter some love. I mean, come on.
It looks cool.
Yeah. So they were really good guys. So yes, I have the Luca painting.
All right, so Luca painting. If you haven't seen before, his 2-year-old makes paintings almost every day, and we like to look at them like a Rorschach and discover what we think, which one of us is crazy, basically. And please contribute in the comments. Let us know what you see.
So this was January 30th.
Mm-hmm.
Again,
Nice.
left-handed, which he's done all of them in 2024 left-handed, and this is his painting.
Ooh, that one's dark.
Light
feels
gray,
like-
white, dark gray, and black. Those are the colors he did.
Man, did he have a bad day?
No, actually, there's a cute story to this one.
You got Gray Raptor right there. I mean,
I guess
it's
I could
not-
have just said it.
oh
You could
yeah,
have.
that was you.
I didn't have
look
to
at the
type
name.
it. Yeah.
That was you. Yeah.
I
You're
don't
not in the
I don't
comments
know.
now. You're in the
I
show.
don't know how to use technology.
I don't think it's very original, but I mean I see a tornado storm, but after that I kind of see like a dead Gonzo that's been shot through the yeah. Or put it back. I'll explain myself. That
Giant
we know
angry
who's going to be
Homer
crazy.
Simpson.
The top right is Gonzo's face. See the eyes and the kind of beakish face.
Ah,
Nope.
And once you have his face, you see his whole body doing this, right? And he's been shot through the stomach.
Oh my god!
to me, he looks more like
Yeah, Luca can't hear this, right?
he looks like the chicken from like the Wallace and Gromit, whatever that chicken.
Oh
one
yes,
was.
yeah, with the big teeth.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, see, we got Godzilla. That's pretty close to
Yeah.
a giant Gonzo kind of thing, right?
That's
Yeah,
Barry.
no, Godzilla often gets confused by Gonzo.
Film noir Cookie Monster. See? Yeah. I'm not so crazy. Giant angry Homer Simpson soul.
Yeah, I like that.
Same, but, yeah. What were you seeing that surprised? I like your face. What were you saying? I mean, it's dark and gray. What do you get? What do you
I
expect?
don't know what to do with this information now. So he literally said paint, and then he said dinosaur, and I was like, oh, do you want to paint a dinosaur? And he's like, yeah. So I took this green dinosaur that's 3D printed, and I had it on the table in front of him when he was painting, and he painted this, and he did the legs, and he did the arm, and he did the head, and then
And
he did
that's amazing. People were saying Godzilla. I saw like a big creature too moving.
I said raptor, which obviously is a dinosaur.
Yeah, I think Evan wins, really, if that's the case.
yeah.
Yeah.
So quite literally, it was his interpretation of that dinosaur that was sitting in front of him while he was painting.
Your brother Michael.
I'm definitely not going to be the same after that, Steven. I'm going to be looking at. I might not look at Chris on the computer anymore. I might actually stare at the camera from now on.
I didn't think you were anyway. That'd be a weird thing.
So yeah,
It's a sad Cookie Monster. No cookie for me.
no.
Film noir.
I'm seeing an
Attack on.
Oh wow. That's very specific.
Right.
An attack on Texas.
All right, why don't we do a lightning round?
Cool.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. All right. So I gotta push all the right buttons. So if the whole thing ends, that's because I hit the wrong button.
Fair.
So let me see here. Okay.
Also, if that would be pretty spot on for the evening because Chris put out publicly the link to come to the show before the show. Like anyone could have hopped in at one point. So
yeah, if you caught that link in time, you'd be in this show too. That's
Perfect.
I deleted it. All right, so we have. Let's see what's better. Is it this? That
I'm
looks
trying to
good.
tell what that looks like a bad guy from Space Invaders or something.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, it's more like a, I guess a tree or something, right?
is this
So, no. This is how it usually is. I just don't usually start out with it
I
branched
don't
out.
remember seeing the gaps there. I thought maybe
Oh.
you actually did a new one for
That-
2024.
I adjusted some of these, so you might see some new ones. Depends on which route he takes. I kept some good ones, and I adjusted how some of them connect so that it actually works. Because before it was broken, and I just didn't want to say anything. So thanks for pointing that out. There was at one point I realized 3 questions all lead to one spot, so I had to fix all that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, someone's gonna freeze this and still find issues with it. I don't care. It's still scientifically proven accurately and all that stuff. So
Nice.
I know that you've seen this many times, Evan. Since
Oh, you can't get to that from red. I see what you're talking about. Okay.
So we're going to ask you some lightning questions. Take your time. It's not really lightning, but
No, I'm going to
we're
get
gonna
them
ask
all
you
right
some
immediately.
questions. Yes, you have to get them all right. And I'll let you know when you get them wrong, obviously.
Perfect.
And down at the bottom, it's been scientifically proven to be true that we're going to tell you who the non-fictional, fictional person that you are most like. I always get the fiction and non-fiction thing. It feels like it should be the other way. I always have to think science fiction, not science non-fiction.
Yeah,
Right.
non-fiction is real and true.
Right.
Right.
It sounds like for it to be truthful, you shouldn't have to put the non before it.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's non-factual.
Faux fiction is science.
There you go. No. Anyway, here's your first question. Classic Star Wars or Marvel?
I gotta go Star Wars.
Star Wars. All right.
No offense against Marvel, but I gotta go Star Wars.
That's fair. I really don't know which way I'd go on that on some days. Some days I'm, leaning one way or the other.
Yep.
Smuggler or bounty hunter?
Smuggler.
That's a new one.
That's a new one.
Mm-hmm.
Never get a cold or never get stuck in traffic?
Never get a cold.
Oh.
There's always podcasts. I'm good.
Where do you live? What city?
Portland.
Oh, okay.
Portland. West
Traffic
Coast
like that?
Portland.
What's the
Traffic, it depends on which way you're going when, but generally it's not as bad as some other larger cities.
Looks like so far you've got the right answers.
Star Wars is the right answer.
Did I go down the right track? You got to watch me. I'll take you the wrong way.
I'll make fun of you if you don't. Go on.
You said get a cold. Okay. Yeah, that's true. I can always trust.
Yep.
Eat spaghetti through a straw or blended in a smoothie?
I think I would do through a straw. It just sounds more fun and less gross. Like when you do that thing where
I don't think you get the,
I
don't think you get the sauce though. Like it feels like if the noodle went into the straw just right, it would scoop all the
you'd get the.
Can you?
Well, you would get the noodle, and then your next little bit, you would drink up some sauce, and it would be a nice little bite. That I don't know if that's what I'm describing, but
no.
Oh, but that's going to be an outtake for the intro video.
You said through a straw, right?
I did say through a straw.
Rolling Stones or Beatles?
Beatles. Sorry, those.
You don't have to apologize. That was also the correct answer. Be a roommate for a year with Shrek or Donkey?
That's really tough. I think they would both get on my nerves really quick. Let's go Shrek.
Talking about the spaghetti. Shrek. Down the yellow line. How about be an adventurer in D&D or a rebel fighter in Star Wars?
Oh, man.
Back to your Star Wars love.
I mean, but my first love was D&D. So D&D came before Star Wars.
For you.
Gotta go D&D. Well, for everybody.
Well, no. I mean, it depends on whenever you experienced it, right?
Well, I'm saying, D&D came first and then Star Wars.
Invented first, but
yeah.
All right. Going D&D. So you have shamed yourself for Star Wars.
Shannon, I will allow D&D.
I'll allow D&D that. Right.
That's very, very magnanimous.
Change the past or see into the future?
I feel like see into the future is better because change the past is undoubtedly going to come with unforeseen consequences that are worse than you started with.
You've been watching Flash.
No, actually, I haven't seen it.
Well, I mean, everything about Flash is about him going back in time and stuff. The show, the movies, the comics, all that.
Consistently.
I love this
butterfly effect, man.
Did you know took an arrow to the knee was slang for being married?
Oh, really?
Yeah. So when they say that in Skyrim, I took an arrow to the knee, it meant that they got married. And so they stopped. So sorry, what you said into the future, right?
See into the future.
It's basically a change the past or change the present kind of thing, really.
Yeah.
Make a loud beep when you yawn or sneeze confetti.
Loud beep when I yawn because I don't want to have to clean up confetti every time.
I guess
And a
you could
beep,
try to
just say-
catch
You
it.
could just be like, "Oh, sorry, excuse me, pardon me." Beep beep beep. Sorry, everyone.
All right. I almost want the confetti. Last one. This one's going to be the deciding moment. Time to impress a potential partner with acts of
Oh.
courage or acts of brilliance.
Whoa.
Oh,
Unexpected.
It's a new one.
jeez. Which one would I want to be good at? Would be acts of courage. But I fear that would not be what actually happened. So let's go acts of brilliance.
All right.
Oh,
That's funny. I almost want to see what the other you talked yourself out of. So, scientifically proven,
Yep,
you are most like Doc Brown.
that's
wow.
correct. That's correct.
Is that correct?
Marty?
Wait,
91 gigawatts.
weird. Because he goes back in time to do stuff.
He does.
I think technically he goes back in time.
No, actually, he doesn't. Marty goes back in time to do
Well,
stuff.
that's true.
He goes to the future.
No, he goes.
Sees
doesn't
what
he?
happens.
He goes back in time.
He goes back in time.
Well, he goes
Goes to
back
the
to the
Wild
West.
West.
Yeah, Wild West. Sure,
Yeah.
but that was by accident as well. He didn't mean to do that.
True.
And then he finds the love of his life. Sorry, spoilers.
But he did see that something bad happened to Marty in the future, and then came back to change it. So that's why he's on this path. There you go.
That's true.
Huh.
That's true.
Okay.
Science.
Marty, we've got to go back to the future.
There you go. See,
All right. I'll give you that one.
That was correct. That was correct.
nice.
I do want to know who was right next to him.
I feel like I shouldn't tell you.
It was Shrek.
Uh,
My roommate.
it's probably one you would have liked. I'll show you.
Oh, nice.
Peter Venkman.
That's a good one.
That's a
I
good
don't
one.
think I can do a Bill Murray voice.
Yeah, his isn't as expressive, right?
Yeah.
No.
I can't even
Caddyshack.
think of any good quotes. I'm sure he has them, but
Yeah, don't go too much into that because I actually have a little game about movie quotes
Oh.
after this.
fancy.
Ooh.
So, but before we do that, we're gonna do a top 5 something.
Oh yeah.
What is it? Top 5 something?
It's
Surprisingly brilliant games.
There,
Yeah.
that's what it is.
You actually made the thumbnail.
I did. I made the
Did I?
thumbnail. I told you what it was, and I
then
wrote
your work
this
was done.
banner. Yeah,
Yeah. And your work was done. I'm out. I don't
And
need to
then I
remember
forgot.
anything. Yep. That's how
that's
I
what
function.
banners are for.
It's surprisingly accurate, Evan.
That's what my wife has come to expect such from me. I'm like, I put it in the calendar. That's all I know. It's there.
Done.
Yep.
I'm the same way. Okay. So I asked Evan any top 5s you want to do, anything like that, and he said surprisingly brilliant games. And then I asked no questions because that's kind of what we do, just to see how we all react to that.
Interpretive.
So now, since we haven't talked about it, what did that mean to all? What did you mean by it upstairs, Evan?
Yeah, I know you don't want to meet downstairs, Evan. That guy. I or
That
basement
guy.
Evan. Basement Evan is a good time. No, what did I mean is like it was halfway between like surprisingly good, where I mean it says surprisingly brilliant, but I mean like elegant design stuff, kind of in the vein of like, as a designer, I sit down, I play the game, and then I just stare at it, and I'm like, it's already been done. It's already been done. Like, there's no point in even trying to go down this road.
Mm.
Like, it's done.
Interesting.
You know,
Okay.
where you're just like, oh, well, all right, do something different. This, you know, like this thing is perfect and awesome.
Okay.
Okay,
And there's not
that's cool.
that many games that
That's
like
interesting.
that really strike you like that, where you're like, man, I never need to design anything like that.
I didn't think to look at it like a designer. I looked at it
Yeah.
just as my experience as a player, thinking the way I looked at it was, oh, okay, I guess I'll play this, thinking it's this. And then I was surprised that it was better, brilliant,
Yeah,
that kind of thing.
yeah. I there's still a touch of that in my list also, but because there's a few of these games that I did not expect to be as good as they were, for sure.
Nice. Mike, what'd you think?
I did the same thing as you.
Hmm.
I looked at it as a game I went into playing, not thinking it was going to be X, and was completely surprised at it being what it was.
In a good
You
way.
get a little interpretation when you look at the box or the rule book, or someone's telling you about this type of game and these mechanisms in a game, and you're like, okay, like it's kind of like this, but it does that, and all right. So going into it with I not low expectations, just different expectations, thinking it would be one thing, and then playing it going, wow, that was not what I expected. That was good because of this, or great because of this, something like that.
Cool.
Nice. All right, well then let's go ahead and do it. Who should go first? Oh, it's brilliant. It's Evan's brilliant list. Let's have him go first.
Oh,
There you go.
All right, unless you want to go
Actual
last.
brilliance now.
Unless you want to go last, so that you get the last word.
Oh,
Up to you.
I like the last word. Let's
Like
do
the
that.
last word. All right.
Mhm.
Let's see. Why don't I go first, and we'll go clockwise then?
Yep.
Sound good?
Sure.
All right. So again, I apologize, but I got to find the right buttons.
Even stop it.
So if it goes away. There we go. All right. So I'm going to go first. So my first, my number 5, which I ordered from my favorite, least favorite to favorite, but of course it's still favorite because it's in the top 5, is Guild of the Merchant Explorers. So
Okay.
this game, the first thing that surprised me was that I was not let down by the artwork. So you look at this cover and it's just so, like, if you turn this black and white, it'd just be a solid gray block. Like, it's so flat, and it's like unimpressive. Not to be mean to the artist, but once you get into it, and the maps, I believe, are done by the same artist, there's some really interesting stuff in that, and I kind of got into a world unexpectedly. So thematically, it was a surprise. But then also, as I read the rules, I was like, oh, this is like a roll and write, except you don't write, you use cubes. And I don't normally like roll and write. So I was like, okay. And I pushed through the rules, set it up, played it, and then played it again right away because I was like, that was awesome.
Mhm.
And so it blew me away. I think I've talked about this before and some other stuff. So see, it's like everybody has a map. And if it was a roll and write, you'd be drawing on there. But every round, those cubes go away, except for like the little villages that you put down to establish it. And so that's why otherwise you'd be erasing and all that stuff. That'd be annoying. So it's cleverly done with the cubes. I don't normally like roll and writes, and this one just, I don't know why, but it did it. I've played this many, many times. I played it like 4 or 5 times the first week I had it.
Nice, good one.
Go on.
I also like it has different maps on it. What was that? Sorry.
No, what'd you say?
I was just saying it also has different maps that you can play and with different rules of their own and stuff. And so it made it, fascinating. to try this. Kazan.
I really do like it. It has that roll and write feel, but I really do like that you're racing up, save the villages or some of the things that you do. You're like erasing it and doing it again. So you're trying to progress to a certain thing. So when you start, you can start somewhere else. It's really had an interesting, a different mechanism that I wasn't expecting either.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Steve, what up?
Hey. Yeah, we just started. So my number 1 on this
That
list,
is not his.
which I forgot to, or number 5.
Number 5. No cheating.
Hitting the wrong buttons.
Yeah, it's a good one. Good pick.
Well,
Cool. Mike, what you got?
I am going to start with awkward guests. I was asked to play it, and I'm like, okay, what's it about? And they're like, it's like Clue. And I'm like, what? Like, no, I don't want to do that. And then you're looking at the art, and you're going, oh, okay, it looks like whatever. But I did not expect it to be this dry erase, deductive, info sharing game where you're trying to figure stuff out with this map of the place, and you're writing little letters and arrows, and you're learning stuff, and you're trying to bluff into like what you have and what you're trying to get from people. I did not expect this game to be as good and as fun, not necessarily deep, but just interesting as it was, especially being approached like, oh, it's kind of like Clue. Like, it's not like Clue. I mean, it is, because people are in the house and you're trying, like, maybe Clue the movie, not Clue the game. But it was really clever.
Oh man, it instantly interests me after I went past the cover of the box.
Right.
I don't know what it is, because it's the same artwork in the game here, but the
Kinda
cover
works
just
there, though.
It works there very well.
Yeah.
looks awesome.
And the little art, the pop of flavor, like it's fine on the cards, but the way the mechanisms work in that game, and the way that you're trying to figure stuff out and giving information to people, trying to figure out, all right, well, Evan gave Chris some cards, so Evan and Chris know some shit. And if I've given Evan some cards and Chris some cards, then I know some more stuff than both of you combined. But then there's other people at the table, like, you can give back the same card that somebody gave you, and get something in exchange, but give them no information back. Like, really, really clever.
I really want to try it. I was a big fan of Clue when I was a kid.
Yeah, me too. Loved it.
Yeah, but then you know, when you become a designer and developer and you play modern board games, you're like,
Still the best board game movie.
If you are going to play Clue, play the Golden Girls edition of Clue. It's fun as shit.
Was that movie actually made after the board game?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, in fact, in the credits, they pull up the cards that were in the original Clue game and then flip them over and show the people. Yeah.
Oh
I
my
think they're
gosh.
redoing it too.
I hear they're redoing it.
I can't. Like, Tim Curry is so, like, how could, I don't know, who's going to do it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can get some people to do it.
Yeah.
I've come to the point where I'm like, I'm not going to hate whenever they redo stuff. I'm just going to watch it as a separate thing. It's a different world, different universe, multiverse, whatever you want to call it. And I can like this thing and I can like this thing for two different reasons.
Yeah.
Or hate.
That's a healthy way.
Yeah. Doesn't affect my old Clue. So
yeah.
Having a conversation with Lance Meister about
that guy
them potentially redoing Goonies, and how upset I am with the fact that should never be touched. And he's like, just don't watch it. Then your Goonies always exists. Like, don't watch it. You don't.
Even if you do watch it, your old Goonies will still exist.
right. But it'll be ruined by the new one. Like, I guess you'll get more favorite. Like, the other one will become more favorite because it's still that good and they couldn't beat it. But
that movie was so awesome.
I never saw that movie actually, so I guess grain of salt is what I said.
It was so good, but it's one of those things where the alternative is it fades away. Right. As like our generation like ages out, like it fades away and no one ever sees it again. Is the alternative? Sure,
but it's on me to show Luca that movie at some point so he can appreciate it and then show it. Like
pass it down through the generations.
Right. It will be dated. I guess at some point it might lose its luster because of CGI or storytelling or whatever. But the awkward guess is really good.
Yeah.
Very clever.
Cool. I got to check that one out.
Let's see. What did I put as my number 5? Number 5 is Downforce.
Nice.
Bitch.
Did I scoop you?
You did.
No shit.
Yeah.
Downforce
doesn't normally happen.
It was originally 96 Top Race, Wolfgang Kramer, and then 2017, with Restoration Games and Rob Davio came in and everything. This game is so much more fun than I ever expected any racing game I've ever played before to be. Like most of the time, if you are like, hey, let's play a racing game. I'm like, nah, I'm good. I don't need to. But if you say that it's downforce, like it's so much fun and straight, like it's simple but very interesting decisions.
Yeah.
If you're falling behind, which is the bane of all, the downfall of all race designs, well, then you better just do a good job with your betting because you can still win it.
Right.
I was blown away by how good it was and how much fun I had. Like, yeah, are some of the powers unbalanced? Sure, why not? Whatever, it's fine. But the gameplay is so good.
Well, the powers are okay to be unbalanced because you bid
Right.
on it.
Exactly.
If one power is better than the other, just bid more for it, and that balances itself.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's not even a problem. Yeah.
Yeah. You scooped my number 2. Actually, this is a really good one.
It's a good one. I'm not a fan of Heat. Flamme Rouge is okay.
Mhm.
And I really do like Rallyman. I like what it does as a basically like a move and roll and a push your luck in the way that plays. And then all the expansions and the cars and the weather and stuff you can do. But Downforce, I agree, is surprisingly
So
amazing.
Good.
Yeah.
It's so good. I did enjoy Heat, but yeah.
I haven't tried Heat. And for the same reason that this was a big surprise for me. Of course, now I'll never see the game again. It's just all people.
No.
The reason why it's a huge surprise that I enjoyed it was because not only do I not generally like racing games, but I also don't like betting games, and I also don't like the theme of like NASCAR and car races. So it was like all the things I just generally would write off. I'm like,
Yeah,
fine,
same.
I'll try it, and boom, I love this game. It's like in my top 20. So, yeah, very good pick. Can't argue.
I love that you scooped his number 2. That's
I know, right? I didn't know.
Well
Fun.
done.
All right.
Sounds like Luca agrees as well.
Yeah, no, he's upset at Green Goblin right now. He's
Oh.
causing chaos in the park. So
Oh, that's
Fair.
fair. That's fair.
Fair.
Yeah, the other maps are good. I've only played the ones that come with the original game, the 2, because it comes with 2, right? Flip the board.
Yeah.
it also was very super approachable when they did the more inexpensive version that they had at Target for a while. Because then you
with the fancier cars, and yeah.
it's just a lower price point, smaller box, and it's got that nice ease of explanation when you're teaching it.
Yeah, super smart. Cool. All right, so my number 4, I got to hit the buttons. My number 4 is Black Fleet.
Oh, I
wow.
haven't tried this.
Space
A little bit of
Cowboys, nice.
Older one, yeah. Space Cowboys.
Who's that artist?
I don't know, but I love the artwork on it.
Yeah, it's so
I guess
puffy. I like
find
it.
out.
Yeah, if only there was some way to figure out the artist. I don't know how
Yeah,
you could
I
do
can't
it.
imagine. There must be like some kind of website that I don't know.
Dennis Zilber,
Hmm.
which doesn't sound familiar. I'd have to look him up
Yeah.
later. But so Black Fleet, it looks cartoonish,
Yeah.
and even the board itself, kind of basic like this. You get 3 ships, and one is a merchant, one is the Navy, and one is a pirate. And you play all 3 parts of your color, and everybody else has 3 ships as well. And so my pirate's going after your merchant, and your Navy's going after my pirate, and my merchant's just trying to get out of the way and run towards the navies and all this stuff, right? And it's all this chaos. One of the fun things about it, though, is that right afterwards, I was like, I really felt like I played a pirate game, which is really tough to do.
Yeah.
If you ever tried to design one yourself, or if you've just searched through several games of like, I want to feel like a pirate. I want to feel like I'm going after and I'm stealing somebody's stuff. And it's also one of these games where if you get pirated, it's not that big a deal because you're just about to pirate someone else, or you're about to get more stuff from your merchant. And it's just it flows very nicely. I also love that the stuff that you get to put on your ships go on your ships. The little cubes fit in the ship. It's brilliant.
I love that.
It's a very easy game to play, and it's one of those games where everybody has 5 goals in front of them, and as you achieve each one to win, you have to achieve the fifth one. So you get to see like everybody's kind of like achieving, and they just got their third one. You try to do this thing. Very clean, very nice and easy to get into, and surprisingly, it didn't. When it came out, Space Cowboys. This came out after Splendor, so I imagine people would grab it and stuff. But it didn't really get talked about a lot. I think in 2014, so it was a while back. But I was really surprised by it.
Yeah, this sounds awesome. I never heard of it.
Yeah, exactly. It's one of those overlooked, I think. And it shouldn't have been because Space Cowboys was killing it back then.
What year did you say it was?
2014, I think.
14. Wow. Yeah.
Hold on, let me double check that.
Matty
Yep,
B.
2014.
Oh,
Matt.
what up, Matt?
So yeah, Black Fleet. That's my number 4.
Good pick.
Matt Paquette, my roommate for life.
Oh, your roommate at cons?
At least last year.
Nice. That's great.
Yeah.
What you got, Mike? What's your number 4?
I don't know where to go after that one. That was a little bit of a curveball you threw.
If only you'd put your list together and ordered them all by yourself.
No, that is not how you have to be flexible in this industry, Chris. You have to be able to work around and work with what comes at you. So I keep my list flexible.
Yeah, the trends. You got to follow the trends, but don't follow the trends. You got to lead the trends.
Right.
So where he goes next is very important to where we're going to go.
Correct. So if it's so rigid, then you can't do something like bring up my next game, which is Black Hole Sun. No, it's Black Hole Rainbows.
I was about to say, are we doing songs? Is that?
I was like, I'll bust into song. I'm not afraid, but I don't want to get you demonetized.
Oh, nobody watches this.
I'm sure you make a ton of money on this.
Black what?
Yeah. Black Hole Rainbows.
Black Hole. You talked about this one before? That sounds familiar.
I think I saw this. When did it?
Yes, you have.
This hit at like Origins or something like, and everybody was walking around with this box.
It was. I don't understand. I don't know. It was. I think Dave and Di, if they're listening, I think they were the ones that brought it up. I saw it walking around the con, and it was Origins.
Yeah.
They had X amount of copies. They were selling them for $40. The MSRP was $60. And all I heard is it's a blast. It's a blast. You got to play it. It's a blast. I'm like, okay. The box, all right. Then you get into the components. For $40, what it comes with, it's like these silicone trays for each player, this grip mat for the center, these frost. They're not like the cheap ass gems that you get in some games or for some games. They're actually like these. They're frosty, thicker gems. Bye, Bob. Oh, nice, Shannon. But the game, it is 100% take that. So if you don't like take that, stay away from this game.
Well, how fast is it?
Huh?
How fast is it? Because that matters.
Depends on the number of players. You're probably playing it a half an hour, 40 minutes.
Okay, that's not too bad.
40 minutes, yeah. It depends on the group too.
Yeah.
The objective, you win when you get an X amount of the coins, and they come with these like I said, the silicone player boards or player. I don't even know what to call them. The grip mat, the super cool gems, metal coins, and you win when you get to X amount of coins. And then in order to get the coins, you need to set collect the crystals, and the crystals you're pulling from the center. But there's this little bit of a hesitation between them being outside your board and them going into your board. And then you're playing those round cards in the bottom right, like just to mess with people. It's not a rondel. It's just a place to put your gems, so you know how many you have and what you're missing.
Oh, sorted by type.
It's and you only want one of each. Like you get if you can get a set of them, there's 7 different colors on a wild. If you can get 7 of them, you get a coin. So you're trying to get the gems into your thing as fast as possible, because when you get them, people can steal them from you, and there are cards that will like have you put all of your gems into your thing, so you can overpay for one of your coins. It can get really nasty, but every time I've played it, and every time someone around me has played it, it is just hysterically laughing the entire time. And you can get a little mean, but it's not like you're not going to flip a table over this one, right? It doesn't have that kind of thing. I did not expect it to be It looked beautiful. I didn't expect it to have the components that it did, and then the gameplay is just super fun.
Sounds cool. I definitely admit to seeing people walking around with it and being like, I probably wouldn't like that.
If you don't like Take That, you won't like it.
But now that you're describing it, I think I might actually enjoy that.
It's great, and it's got that. It can be mean spirited, but it's not mean. It's like you just want to prevent somebody from getting the thing and just benefit yourself. So you're taking gems from people, or doing what you got to do in the game. But not only the gameplay was surprisingly fun and easy to learn. Like it's like I talk about Heroes of Arcadia all the time on how like the rules are meant to be understood inebriated. Like it's a drinking game, so like. You should be able to play. If you're drunk, you should be able to play it. And the fact that all of the components are like washable, right? All of the tiles are PVC. The cards are like you can wash everything. Right. I did not expect the components of this to be as good as they were for $40, and it being like as good as fun as it was. I really didn't expect it.
Yeah, sounds cool.
Played was literally made fun of it. Did you work on this one? Is that why?
I don't think Matt did.
Puke proof.
Yeah, you just throw it in your dishwasher. Clean.
That's what I look for in a game.
So Black Hole Rainbow.
Maybe I don't want to play games with you. That's what you're looking for. All right, what you got for your number 4, Evan? What are you going to take from me next?
Let's see. I'd
be really surprised.
Oh, I see. It looks like a fun time though. Okay.
I don't think it's broken. It's also not it's not a Stefan Feld game, right? Like,
right. So
I don't think it's broken.
Number 4, 2013 Concordia.
Concordia?
Yeah. Mac Gertz, and I believe the original publisher was Rio Grande.
Yep.
I could be wrong. This game is like, except for like there's some reading on the cards, but aside from that, this game is so simple and so straightforward in its core mechanisms, but the gameplay is so wonderful and beautiful and just amazing. So I don't know what else to say about it. If you haven't played this, try it.
Yeah. This is my number 2 game of all time.
Yeah. So it's so freaking good.
Very much agree with you. Yeah. Only reason why it's not on my list is because everybody told me how brilliant it was, and then I went and got it, and I was like, okay.
So it was not surprising.
Right.
I hadn't heard anything about it. Somebody, put me up on BGA, maybe even Steve, I don't know. And I played it, and I was like, what the heck is this game? How come I never heard of this? And why is it so good? Yeah.
Yeah. It has that it's not programming. It's an action card selection thing that you don't see almost anywhere else except for in a couple more of his designs, but it's not done as brilliantly as it is here. Like, it just works perfectly here. And I've tried to design that mechanism. I haven't been able to do it. I've tried several times in different ways, because you have to have just the right actions in a game to make it all work. And I keep coming back to it every now and then. I'm like, let me try it this time. Let me try it with this. Someday I'm going to crack it, because there needs to be more games with these mechanisms. But
it's so good. And then and then the cards are not only your like little engine deck building ish kind of thing, with the return card and everything like those games do, but also it's your like how you plan ahead for your victory point, calculation at the end. Like, I don't know. It's beautiful.
Super easy to teach too. Yeah. It's just like, here's what you do on your turn. You play a card and then read what that card does. There you go.
Yeah.
Like, there's more to it, but yeah. Unfortunately, a lot of people are dissuaded by the theme because it's, trading in the Mediterranean, but
this is the trading in the Mediterranean.
It is the, there is no other. That's true. That's a good one. Very nice. All right, so we're on to our number 3. My number 3 Maybe it'll be a surprise because it's basically a party game. I guess party. Party games generally you play with like a lot of players or something, and you don't do that with this one, but it falls in that category, and that's Concept.
Ooh.
So Concept's been out for a long time, but the biggest surprise to me is that they haven't let out more parts of it because I've gone through it many times. 2013. I don't generally I like party games, but I don't generally talk about them, or you won't find them on my list and stuff. Concept we play constantly, and crazy enough, we don't play by the rules because the rules tell you you can play by these rules or not. Like they literally say in the rules, here's how you can score, but you don't have to do it this way if you don't want. And so we've figured out a cooperative way to do it that we just enjoy doing, and you just figure it out. But it always seems overwhelming to people because they see all those icons on the board. I don't know why that's on their bed. That's weird. You just look at all these icons, and you're like, oh my God. But I always use the movie Die Hard as an example to them. I go, okay, if I want you to guess Die Hard, I put the little thing on the movie camera, and then I put, the man, and then I put war and combat and the die, that kind of stuff. And then they're like, oh, okay, I'm starting to get it. Once you tell them this whole left column is basically your general thing that it is, and then everything else, and it's basically Pictionary, but instead of drawing it, just all the pictures are already there for you.
Yeah.
It's just it's a fun game, and we would play it almost every game night. It's just real easy and fun to get into. But now we've gone through the cards so much that I need more cards. I know they made a kids version, but I'm not interested in that.
Don't you sleeve your cards?
What was that?
Don't you sleeve your cards?
No. I'm not saying they're destroyed. I'm just saying we've been through them so much.
Oh, you need more.
Yeah, I need
content.
more cards. Yeah, more content to play with.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm trying to find one of the cards just to show you. There's basically 9 words. That's so helpful. You showed me the back of the cards. They're basically...
It's got the logo.
Yeah, I guess so. Man, okay. Yeah, don't show me the cards then. It's basically 9 words from easy to hard, and we play all the way down. Everybody just I say everybody gets 2 cards, and then everybody does their number 1, and you choose which number 1 you want to do. So you always have a choice as you go down. And we just try to do it. It's fun. More an activity, more than game almost the way we do it, but yeah. That's my game.
And it's definitely one of those games that has rules to it that are fine, and then you can just find your way around it and play for fun.
Yeah, like I said, it literally says in the rules, just, you can play it this way.
Sounds cool.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Concept with I guess that's...
With a K.
Yeah, that's a different...
That's probably the German cover.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, that's a different quote, but yeah.
Oh, what is that?
I don't know what
Greek?
that... Oh, yeah, that's Greek. Yeah, that's
Greek,
an Omega sign right there.
That's really tiny, but yeah.
Well, that's blown up, so...
I guess I don't have it on full screen. Oh, well, that's good.
What's up there?
It's a spider.
All right, so that's my number 3. Mike, what you got for number 3?
I got games today, and they're on the bench, and Luca's standing on the bench, and is almost as tall as him, so he's counting each one of them. And
Push.
Don't push. Don't do that. What is that? What animal is that? Zebra. Good job. And a tiger. Close. All right. So you went with that. I don't get it. I don't have anything that'll go with that.
Yeah. What you gonna do with that? Now I'm just gonna start putting stuff up here to mess with
Just to mess with
You fucked it, Chris. You fucked it.
you. Yahtzee is my next one.
Yahtzee.
All right. Well, Awkward Guests was 2016. Black Hole Rainbows was 2022.
Yeah.
So why don't I'll flap back and forth. I'll go to an old one. Old one. Oh, I can do that one. Okay. I'm going to do Agricola, all creatures big and small.
Oh, nice.
Now, was that
It's
like a standalone?
It's 2-player only.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay.
Yeah. So it was one of the first ones that they had that for 2 players on it, right? Smaller
Right.
box, 2-player only. I am not a fan of Agricola. I played it once. I never want to play it again. It didn't really do much for like what was going on. I appreciate what it was doing with like the face down cards and then things were being revealed so you can plan ahead. But that sheep was kind of cool.
Yeah, I know.
It's someone throwing in their own toys and
I
stuff.
want
But
those.
that's funny.
Looks like a Fisher Price pig. Then I played this, and it's 2-player only, and it does a lot of the stuff where you're building the tiles and you're trying to figure out where to put your animals, and they need to be in the pens, and you need to have, they'll breed and score. But put that thing right there is so brutal in when you go to draft because you have 8 turns and 2 workers, maybe 3 if you get the third, to get out there and do your thing. But what's in parentheses there only comes out if what's on top isn't there.
Oh.
So if somebody goes and takes the cow, then it's really hard to get the pigs. But then all of a sudden it's like, well, do I do it now? Do I get the 2 pigs? The choices you have to make in that game in the 8 turns with the limited amount of turns you have, right, to a turn. It did everything that I wanted Agricola to do. The only thing is it's 2-player only, which I'm starting to realize a lot of games play really good at 2.
Yeah.
That's going to totally fall, dude. That's going to fall. You know that's going to fall. Right? That's
Jenga.
You're 2 years old. You know what gravity is, right? So yeah, Agricola 2, and then they did 2 other expansions. They gave you more tiles and more stuff, but the basic concept, like it's still the same thing. Rather, you have new tiles and you have new buildings you can do. But man, it did everything that I wanted Agricola to do, but it's so tight.
Yeah, and that's the optimal word for it, is being tight. It's like you feel like that's funny. Yeah, keeping it tight. Like when you finish, you feel like you've done so much, but not enough every time you play. It's very good.
Yeah.
Good pick.
This kid is literally, I'm going to give you a little peek at what's going on in my house. This kid is taking all of the games and putting them on the table off the bench, like stacking them. They were stacked on my bench, and now they're stacked all on my table.
Now take them down to the basement.
If there was more time in the day. You're not picking that one up, dude. That one's way too heavy. That's bigger than you. You just said, wow, that's heavy. Yeah, so Agricola, all creatures big and small. It packs a punch, and it's like you start with 2 discs, and then you can get the third if you do the action. But those are all the places you can go, and some of them you can do multiple times. Like on the bottom there, you can do the left or the right, and then some of them, like when you get fences to fence in your thing, like there's a certain amount of fences you can get in the game, and then that's it, right? Like it's super challenging.
Yeah, great game. You're making me want to play it again.
Really,
I never played the 2-player. I liked Agricola. I'm down for some grindy Euro. I'll do it.
I like Agricola too. I like Caverna a little bit better, or Caverna, however you want to say it.
Agricola, I like Agricola.
It's Caverna.
Caverna. Yeah, the 2-player one I think is just. It's brilliant. It's really well done.
Yeah, I do like the 2-player more than the regular one, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, some of those 2-player games that have been coming out over the last 10 years or whatever have been 5 years. I don't know. Have been really surprisingly good.
Look it down.
I almost wonder if it's easier to. I mean, it's got to be in some degree to design a 2-player only, because you only have to worry how the 2 people work with each other versus everybody.
Yeah. And it's a lot easier to play test.
Yeah, that's true.
Because you don't have all the different player counts to play test.
Maybe I ought to focus on 2 players.
Yeah. Cavern Canadian version.
Nah.
That's funny. Good pick. Man, I don't like that I'm liking all of your picks here.
That's from 2000. I don't think I mentioned it. That's from 2012. That's the oldest one on my list.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. All right. What you, Matt? Representing. All right. What you got, Evan?
Okay. This is number 3. And this is only surprising because I just didn't know until I knew. Like, I don't think this is going to be surprising to anybody else, but Castles of Burgundy. I played it once years ago, just before I was past the gateway gamer status, and it was very dense. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what anything meant. And then I started playing it again, like 5 years later, and I was like, oh, you roll dice and then you use the dice and place some tiles. It's so simple and so good. Like, I generally do not like dice games because my luck is, I'm a self cooler. If I can roll a bad roll, I'm going to roll a bad roll. But in this game, that gets mitigated very effectively. And it's, I don't know, it's so good. I don't have to. Yeah, everybody knows how good Castle Burgundy is. I just didn't know how good it was until I played it 5 years after the first time I played it.
That's pretty cool. I am in that same story, except I haven't played it again. So I played it many years ago, and I was just like, I don't get it. And it's still sitting on my shelf. And I keep thinking, like, I need to revisit it because everybody loves it so much.
Yeah.
Maybe I missed it that first game. Let me try it again. Give it another try. It clearly deserves another try.
Yeah,
I just haven't given that other try yet.
It's so good. Steve, same story. Yep. It was okay, and then it turns out it's really good.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Well, all right. Yeah. Oh, that's
so good.
Yeah.
Revisit it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. It's so good.
Yeah, I want to. Maybe something to do at the next convention.
Like the one in Syracuse that you're coming to in September?
Yeah. Sure. That's not the next one. All right. So,
you'll actually be able to play games at. All the other ones you're working at.
Yeah.
Man.
So, good pick. Good pick.
Yeah. Good pick.
Let's see. What do we... Oh, yeah. We're on my number 2. Down
Number 2.
Forth. Ooh, yeah. It's such a great game. And going racing around. I was surprised. All right. What's your number 2? I had one... You know what? I had a 6. I could say the 6. Just throw it out there. First Contact.
Okay.
So we played this.
I think I know that one.
Yeah.
There you go. We played this, Mike.
Oh, I know that one.
So this is the one where it's really a 2-player game, but you can then play in teams.
Yeah.
In teams is okay, but 2-player is really where it's at, where you play a human or you play an alien, and you're trying to communicate to each other. And it's this cool, let me pull it up, where they show actual cards. So you got the kind of, what's the game that this looks like?
Code names?
Yeah, you get the cool code names kind of layout with cards. And then humans are trying to give items to aliens that they're asking for, while the aliens are like, got these symbols, and they're just showing you symbols, and you're like, what? I don't know what that means. It's great. You start learning what the symbols are. Yeah, see, he's asking for something right there. And you're like, I don't know what that means. And so you go, sheep? And they go, no, not sheep, and then you're like, okay, so it's probably not that. And, I love this kind of stuff. I just finished playing a game called Chance of Sonar or something like that, video game. And it's all about figuring out these languages and stuff. It's a great puzzle game. I love this stuff. It's like Myst kind of stuff. And, so.
Look up Rosetta.
That's cool.
Oh, is that Rosetta? I would think it's something sort of like that, right?
So the local company, before they closed, they're starting to come back with different stuff. But
2009?
Nope, that's not it.
How do you spell it?
Oh, I'm not.
Rosetta the Lost Language? That's
that one. Yep. Them. The Story Machine was a Syracuse company. Bobby was part of that company. Jono was active in our Discord. He's there with the prototyping on Sunday. Rosetta's got that same kind of thing where you're drawing letters because you can't communicate, and you see something in a location. The location is a picture, so there's a picture, and you have 10 turns to try and figure out this word that the one player has put on the back of a card. and then across somewhere in there you get a hint. But you're trying to figure out these ruins that you see, not ruins that you see. Really, really clever game. It's right up that alley of what we've done with First Contact.
Yeah, this seems cool. Yeah, I want to try that. I love this stuff.
Yeah.
I might have an extra copy for you.
Cool.
I might. I'll let you know.
No, I'll take yours.
You can do that too.
All right. So that was my number 6 in place of my number 2.
Also, I just want to make sure this is on camera.
CCon.
Nice.
I heard it's the one of the best 2 conventions of the year.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate that. I just want to make sure it's there. So when I say, Matt, you said it, it's there.
Nice.
Right. So if he doesn't show up, you can be like,
Exactly.
All right, Mike, what's number 2?
You got to come up to Syracuse at some point. All right,
I want to come
two.
at some point.
Well, Evan, you're coming, right? You're coming this year?
No, I had to ditch Gamma this year, and I had to ditch Origins and Gen Con.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because I'm only going to because I'm going to S and then I'm going to Gathering, and I can't miss BGG. I love it too much, and then I've got my little mini convention with my buddies like Steve in the chat, and I can't miss that one. So that's I'm
You going to Essen this year?
yeah.
I'm going to try to make it this year. I try it.
Well,
I want to every year, but I'm going to try it this year.
Have you been before?
Nope.
Nice.
I keep trying. I even tried to learn German for a while.
I know. I did the Duolingo and then I gave up.
Yep.
Oh, no time.
Yeah, I did it for about 9 months, like every day. I started getting pretty good at it, and now I'm pretty sure I don't remember any of it.
Yeah.
Oh, we know how Chris is going to say hello in the episode next.
Hello.
Hello. That's the cheating way.
Yep. Hello. All right. So, what's your number 2?
Me? Right.
Yep.
So, I am going to go with Fuji.
Fuji. You put that one up before.
Fuji. You should be fine.
2018?
Yeah. Wolfgang Warsch.
Yep. Then why was it a surprise?
Because the box is thinner than I wanted. I wasn't familiar with Wolfgang at the time. Like he had come out with a ton of games in a short period of time. I didn't expect it to be the way it played. It just could kind of look like, okay, dice rolling, like whatever.
Yeah.
But the art, it's the same art, I believe. It's the same artist of, it's definitely underrated. Same artist that did the Bloody Inn, I believe. But it's a cooperative game where you're trying to get things out of the village because the volcano erupted and the lava is coming through. But you can't talk about what you have. So when you roll behind the screen, and then you got to like loosely communicate, like, all right, you go that way, I can go this way because I can take care of the thing, but I need somebody to come with me and help me do this or do that or whatever. Really clever, really cool mechanisms, and it shocked me. It's one of those that, like I've talked about it on the show before about it being underrated, or take a look at it or something. I don't know how it's 2018, so it's not too old, but I don't know how hard it is to grab. I don't know how long they keep those games in publication, but like that layout right there is like going through the village trying to get out. And you're rolling your dice, and there's certain colors, right? So certain tiles need blue dice, certain tiles need red dice, and you have these pip values, and it's got a lot of stuff going on. I just didn't expect it to be as, for a cooperative game where you got a lot of quarterbacking happening in cooperative games. This one shocked me.
Scott has the artist name here. Little known fact. There is no database for BGG. It's just Aldi telling you what you want to know in real time.
Every time you type in a query, he literally types in the fields.
He just types it in. Yeah, he's that good.
One or two people that do.
Weberson Santiago.
I'm glad you know it, Scott. every time I bring it out, every time I talk about it, it's definitely one of Wolfgang's lesser known titles,
Yeah.
I believe. Because I don't think I've been disappointed by anything he's got his name on, and this one it really works.
Yeah, it is kind of it. I'll be honest, like if you just show me this and the box cover and stuff, I'll go, yeah, I'm sure that's nice and all. But just the name of the designer makes me go like, I need to try it.
Yeah.
Because it is one of those, every time I play one of his games, I'm like, man, this is good.
Yeah.
Those Wolfgangs, they were good at stuff.
They are. If you want,
Vorsch, you got
we got to change
Kramer,
your name, man.
you got Mozart.
I do like the cover. I think the cover's really nice. So.
It's neat. It's really neat.
Yeah.
But it doesn't
Oh, cool.
speak that type of game when you look at it. It's not until you play it and you get the way it plays with the communication barrier that you're not allowed to talk about, and the idea that you're trying to get everybody, like you're going in different directions. It's really clever.
Nice. Very cool.
Scott's like, now I want to pull that back up.
There you go. I have it. I brought it with me too. I have it right here. Whatever. Literally. I brought it to the con this week.
But we're not playing it now. Why do you go get it? I just showed the cover.
All right, fine, whatever. Yeah. Well, now I got to put it back. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
So
you can get it. It's worth looking out, or it's worth looking up to see if you can grab it because it's a good game.
cool. So that's your number 2. So Evan, number 2.
My number 2. All right. So I went all the way back to 2009.
Ooh.
Actually, I didn't play it until 2010, but up until this point, I had only played Risk, and I didn't understand how long in the tooth and fiddly those were. And then I played Small World, and I was just blown away. Like I didn't know a game could be like that. You know, with the cool, just like the setup, you know, where the two different things go together to make your character or your creatures, the races, and how slick it was, which is how simple the combat system was, and then the decision on when to go into what's it called when you
when you go into rest or something, retirement or whatever, decline. It's decline, right?
Yeah, when you put your culture into decline or whatever, like it's so slick and so good. I was blown away, and this is one of those. There was a small subset of games that really brought me into board gaming, and this was one of them. And I didn't know that a game could be this good and straightforward.
Yeah, this is an excellent game.
Yeah.
And it stands the test of time as far as I'm concerned. I think if I break it out right now, I'm going to have as much fun with it now as I did back then.
And what a cool way to eliminate player elimination from a game, right? Like you pick a race and they go into decline, you're done. You just start a new race and start going again, and you still might get some points off of them being on the map for a while longer.
Yeah. And the combination of having like the two different things that make the races are different every game, that just makes it so much fun. And again, it doesn't matter if they're uneven because there's a bidding system there.
Right. Yeah. It's
Flocking ogres.
Mother. I like the bivouacking as if that's a common adjective.
Bivouacking. Yeah. I can't remember
with dwarves. They like make little camps or something.
How long did they have to go before they came up with that word? I don't know what that is.
That's not.
But yeah, heroic humans, flying wizards, underworld ghouls. You could have underworld wizards and say, it's just a clever thing. I think this is one of the first things that did that, right?
To my knowledge, but
could be.
I don't remember other ones. Yeah,
it was the first time I'd heard of bivouacking.
Bivouac.
Me too. Bivouac. My mountaineering jargon was not very good at the time.
Board games are educational.
Another great pick. Yeah.
Yep.
It is surprisingly very good. Yeah. Passive aggressive elves. That's funny. All right. So now we're down to our number ones.
Number one.
Number one. All right. So I hit the right button, right? This is number one. Yeah, number one. So my number one probably isn't a surprise to most people, but I was one of the like the minute it popped up, I was like, oh, let's see what this is, and I played it, and then everybody else also was just a surprise, so it became this big thing that everybody talked about.
Yeah.
But I was on the surprise train basically, which was Arc Nova.
Mm.
So Arc Nova especially surprised me because a lot of people were going, it's like terraforming Mars, and I'm like, no. I like terraforming Mars for about 2 games, and then I was like, okay, I get this, and there's some issues that I'm not crazy about with it and stuff, and I just stopped playing it.
Hmm.
And then whenever I was told this was like that, I was like, but other people described other things that I was like, but that sounds really good. So I gave it a try, and it's in my top 10 now. I've played this game so many times, and anytime they're like, oh, new maps and stuff like that, I grab them up, and I can't wait to get the expansion. I keep forgetting to get the expansion. Like right now I'm reminded, and then after the show I'll forget.
Here, I'll put a B on there. Marker created 126.15.
Nice. But yeah, this one really surprised me because I expected it to have the same feels as Terraforming Mars for me. And in fact, what it did was fix the thing that I didn't like about Terraforming Mars, which is you could be like, okay, I guess I'll do, microbes or something for Terraforming Mars, and then you'll never see a card for microbes ever again. Whereas in here, you can say, I'll do birds, and birds will come out eventually. You might want to do more than one thing, but there's only 5 types of animals and then 5 environments. So you're going to see a combination of that stuff all the time instead of all the many different stuff that you have in Terraforming Mars. So not to crap on that game. It had its, moments for me as well and stuff. And some people love it, but
I still love it. Yeah.
Yeah. But for me personally, this one did exactly what I had hoped Terraforming Mars did for me. So that's why. That's my number one.
Nice.
Good pick.
It's a good one. Yeah.
I do like that. As much as I dislike Terraforming Mars, I do like that one a lot.
Yeah. I feel like you just have a little more control of your planning in it. When you go like, all right, I'm going to kind of go this direction, you generally can go that direction.
Yeah, the hardest thing in it is figuring out when to pull. Like, do I just pull the animal because it has the banner that I need to score some points, or will I get another one? And you're going to get another one. Whereas, like when you said with microbes, you're like, all right, this is what I'm going to do. Well, hour and a half later, that was nothing, right? Nothing came of it because no cards came out, or people before you took the cards you needed. And this one's got a lot more pivoting that you can do if things aren't going your way, or a lot more player choice in the decision of, all right, there's many more cards that I can pick from. So do I do it now? Do I do it later? Will that last until the end? If not, great. Another one's coming through. So
yeah,
that's a good one.
Yeah.
So Arc Nova, my number one.
Growing on me a lot.
Cool.
Yeah, I like it. I love the card play. I love the five different, like having to pick which one to do and how that's going to affect what you do next. Like it's really smart.
So what you got? What you got for the number one, Mike? What you gonna do with that?
It's another 2-player game.
Another 2-player game.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, 7 Wonders Duo.
Nope, from 2018.
Oh.
I picked it up on a Target shelf because I like the art, and I expected nothing from it because it's from Mattel, and I was like, all right, Mattel. But Mattel had made the Ghost Fighting Treasure Hunters by Brian Yu, and I love Ghost Fighting Treasure Hunters. Like it's super chill, real easy, but the expansion added so much more to it. So I'm like, oh, okay, Mattel's like that's kind of cool. Like it's Spirit of the Wild. Spirits of the Wild.
The Wild has many spirits.
Wild has many spirits. But the set collection that's happening in this game, the components, did you? And that's why we don't stand on the thing.
Chinga!
Right? I like that art. That's cool.
Right. So I'm looking at that art. I'm like, okay, that's cool. A 2-player fines, 2-player. and then the Mattel branding, and it was a new like the new logo or whatever. And okay, fine, but then that happens, and you have these bowls that are in the game that the those things are going into, and there's a set collection in the number of what you're putting in there, right? It's kind of poker-esque. You have the full house, and you have the five different or five of a kind, four of a kind. But the way you're pulling your those gems, those crystals, whatever I forget what they're named in the game, and your choice of where to put them on your board was super like, wow, there's a puzzle here I got to figure out. And then the choices of, all right, well, what do I think is going to come? How can I, if I put it here, do I think I can do a 3 and a 2, or should I take it and put it here and try and complete 4 of a kind? And then triggering the abilities when you get to do that. Like the bottom there is a set collection. The more you get, the more points you get. And then there's a full house in the middle there for the beaver. But the choices you have in this game were, I did not expect it. And the replayability of it was also a little shocking, that it doesn't feel the same every time because of what's presented to you in your selections of your gems or crystals or stones, I think. Just really, really clever game that I think it was on clearance at Target when I picked it up. So I'm like, okay, but the art was beautiful. Love the idea of the spirits and the constellations and like the theme really makes sense. But man, it really was. I love it. It was really hard to find for a while, like $60, $70 a copy.
Oh wow!
Because once Target was out of it, like they didn't make it again, and so it was really hard to find. But I have a couple copies because I grabbed a couple when it was like $7 at Target, and then I recently got another copy so I could put one in the library at CCon so no one's messing with my copies. But really beautiful, really great components. Opening it up, the art looks great, but then when you open it up and you start to play and it's got that tactile nature to it, really, really blew me away.
Yeah, sounds like Mattel's got some new blood design workers in there or something. You know, designers like they know bringing things up to date.
Looks
At least the publishing of it looks pretty awesome.
It's a square box. I don't know what that thing is in the back. It's a square box. It's not big. Kind of like the 2-player Agricola size. Like it's not a big box. It's smaller than Mission Control. It's maybe a 6x6. The fox totem is great. The stones are great. Like the bowl that's there. Everything about the cards were good. The way the fox works, on your turn, you're flipping over one of your cards. So you have choice in what's going on. But then the fox, you have to get the 2 fox together to do the fox thing, and then putting the fox on somebody's board kind of prevents some stuff. It's really, really, basically like a Cosmos 2-player box size.
Yeah, I love those German names. Euler, Beaver.
Yeah, Steven, I'll bring it to Origins.
Justin Bieber.
I'll bring it to Origins.
Yeah, who knew that Justin Bieber was a chameleon or whatever? Yeah, say the bottom one. And Schildkröte.
Schildkröte. I don't know. I don't speak German.
Schildkröte. Yeah, it's T with the D, right?
Oh yeah, Schildkröte.
Schildkröte. I don't know what the O with the dots.
I think it's just O. Schildkröte. Could be wrong.
Nice.
I think that
now that we're done butchering the language.
Yeah, right.
Welcome to the section of the show where you butcher German.
Here's the part where we really lose our minds.
I'm sorry to all the German listeners out there.
That looks good.
We have to bring games to the show that are somewhat harder to find at times. Not all the time, but sometimes they're harder to find.
Because you bought all of them up?
I did. I have a stack. So if anyone would like to buy a copy, I'm selling them on my website for $100 a pop, free shipping. So just reach out to me.
Huh. Look at that.
Oh, you as an sound.
My energy.
Shield amphibian. That's cool. That's true.
Oh, that's neat.
Is it me?
Yeah, it's you.
Yeah.
Number one. Okay, I have the sneaking suspicion that I'm going to be heading downstairs any moment, but that's okay. I'll only be gone for a second. But let's go ahead and presume that I will make it through it. 1995 was the publishing year. It is Reiner Knizia, and this game, I guess I should say it so you can find it, Chris. High Society.
Oh,
High Society. I was sitting there. I just think this was at BGG Con, just 2023 was the first time I even heard of this game. And I was sitting around the table with a bunch of industry, and as it unfolded before, I was like, "Oh, a bidding game. Okay, sure. Yeah, I like bidding games. That's fun." As it unfolded in front of my face, it was so brilliant and so simple that let me tell you, have you played it?
I have.
Yeah.
Yeah, I played it on BGG Cruise. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. So
or not? No, it was Deck Tower Cruise.
You're bidding on these cards to get the points on the cards, and you put out your little bids. And if you win the bid, you lose the points that you bid. Then there's bad cards that you bid to not take, and the person who finally takes the card is the only one who doesn't have to pay their bid, and everybody else pays the bid. And you're just trying to collect the most points out of these cards, and it is so slick and so brilliant and so amazing, where it makes, like, as a designer at least, you sit back and you're like, well, crap. Like, why am I even, what am I doing here? Why do I try to make games? Like, it's already, like, Reiner has already, like, it's so good. I was blown away. We the same group of us just immediately played it a second time. Oh, and so you're bidding, and you want to bid to get the best cards. The only caveat is if you spent the most total on your bids, you cannot win.
Oh, like QE.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So it's just like,
Yeah,
it's
has
so
that
perfect.
same-
It was so good.
it has the same feeling as like No Thanks had for me, where after you play it, you're just like, oh, like there's all this strategy and this simple little rule set. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, good night, Steven. Good to see you. I was really,
Oh,
I
nice.
love QE. I love that idea of you could bid whatever you wanted, but if you bid the most at the end, that you're out.
Yeah.
That's cool. I don't know anything about this one.
Yeah, you should try it, man.
Yeah.
I was blown away.
This is the new art, right? Yeah, and the art is gorgeous too, I think.
This was the version we played. I'm not sure which production that is. I know it was produced by like 80 gajillion different companies at various times, but
Yeah, I think it was 2020 they came out with this new one,
Eagle
or maybe
Griffin, Osprey,
2019.
Robert Amigo.
Yeah.
Eagle
Yeah, I
Griffin.
played this on the
this the
cruise
Eagle Griffin one?
and lost horribly,
Oh,
and then bought it.
Yeah.
That's the box. Yeah.
Yeah, I beat.
Like-
I won the first game, and then who won the second game? It was John DeClaire. He, like, you could see in the second game he had like the look in his eye. He's like, "Oh, I'm winning this time." he got us.
Yeah, simple rule set, elegant design. Yeah, very good. Nice one.
I was
Heck,
blown
I don't
away.
know anything about that one.
Yeah.
And that's our list.
Bam.
Go buy a bunch of games now.
Yeah, it's a good
I know,
list.
right? Go buy them all. Are we doing? Do you guys do? What do you
Honorable
call
mentions.
Also,
Oh, sure.
rounds? Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, all right. I'll be back in 2 minutes.
Yeah,
Talk
no
amongst
problem.
yourselves.
Mike and I will talk about our honorable mentions, and then you can do it when you come back. So I'll pop them out of there for right now. So I did have a few more on there. Of course, I had to dip into it with First Contact. I did have Taverns of Tiefenthal on there but Warsh, that was like the second game I played of his, and I was like, all right, I got to look at this guy.
Yeah.
And went into it and stuff.
Have you
Beyond
played
the Sun?
Fuji? I know I've talked about it on the show, but have you played Fuji?
No,
Fuji's good.
we can play it when we meet up. We should write this down. I had Beyond the Sun because
It was recorded somewhere.
Beyond the Sun, the way it looks on the board itself is just a bunch of cards.
Yeah.
But it's more of a tech tree thing, and I found out I really like the tech tree stuff. Do that. And yeah, that's all my honorable mentions on there.
Was it? Wow.
Yeah, I only had 3 extra ones, and I had to take one of them in there because somebody stole my number 2.
That was awesome. Yeah, I had a couple. I've talked about in the past on other shows, but Dice Miner is another one that we've definitely talked about. That is surprising. I still play it. It's surprisingly fun in the decisions. I think the first player having to choose from the peak only has the 2 options is a little bit rude, depending on who's winning and who's losing. And if they're, when you go to be like, all right, who wants to play first? And you've played and the other players haven't, you should take it in, because the top 2, if it's like, the rock 1 and a rock 2, you're just like, there's no choice there. But throughout the game, with the given the beer and the idea to re-roll your the green to try and get a shield, and the pickaxe to like multiply the points that the hazards are giving you, the game, I didn't expect it. Like, it just looked like a fun dice chucker, but it really isn't.
It is fun, yeah. I wasn't surprised because you had talked it up before I played it, and then we played it, and I was like, yeah, you're right. That is a good game.
Another one that shocked the hell out of me is 9 Minute Kingdom. I've talked about that one often.
Red Raven? Is that Red Raven?
No, that's 8 Minute Empire. This is 9 Minute Kingdom. So 9 Minute Kingdom, it's spelled out 9. If you're looking it up, it's spelled out 9 Minute Kingdom. But the way you're playing your cards, you have 10 cards in your hand. They're square cards, and they have different terrain types on them with this thing called a King's Road. And on your turn, you take one of the 10 cards, you play it to what ends up being a 3x3 tableau, and you pass the rest. And then you take from there one more, you put it into your tableau off of a card that's there, and pass the rest. By the time you're done, you have 9 cards in your kingdom, and you have them grouped in such a way that the public objectives are scoring differently every turn, every round, every game, where like sometimes you want the most knights, or sometimes you want the most windmills, and you're trying to get the biggest green area, or you want the smallest green area. Like, the gameplay and the public objective changes every time. And then above it all, in every game is a card called the King's Road. And the King's Road is this white line, a road that goes throughout your kingdom, splitting up all the terrain, and they have dots along the way. And whoever has the most dots in one contiguous line that they can trace through without doubling back gets the points for the King's Road. So as you're trying to do all these things with the icons and the big red zones and the small red zones and the big blue zones and whatever you need, you're also trying to put your cards in a way. It's not always like you got to play them top left like Karuba. You're trying to put them in such a way where you can connect the roads in a way where you can start somewhere, go all the way around, and not double back and get as many points as it was really shockingly good. I don't know if John's still watching. John was the one that taught me that one, and small Polish company that was on Kickstarter, and it's another super hard one to find.
That sounds pretty cool. And what was that one called? 9 Minute
Kingdom.
Kingdom.
It's another one that I bring with me.
Does it really play in 9 minutes?
It literally could play in less than 9 minutes, because you have 10 cards and you're only playing 9, and then you got to score. So if you think about it, you have a minute per card, but it's going to be less than a minute per card, because you're going to play a card and then move along, and then you got to do the final scoring, like the end game scoring. And it really is quick, because you have 8 cards that are out, and the 9th one is the King's Road. And you literally will go through each one, like, all right, who has the biggest green? Who has the biggest red? Who has the most knights? Who has the most windmills? And you're just giving the points out, and then that's it.
I don't know. This looks like downstairs Evan to me. I think we're being lied to.
Dang, I should change it.
The background change. Did you get a green screen behind you? Is that what's going on?
No.
Just changing shit. Yeah.
That's our downstairs crap.
That'd be funny though. Actually,
I know, right?
Yeah. see who figures it out.
We should introduce downstairs Evan as a new guest.
I know, right? Hey, good to be on the show.
Yeah. Thanks for coming. Thanks for hanging out.
We heard some bad things about you from upstairs, Evan.
Well, that guy's a little high and mighty, if you know what I mean.
Couple floors up.
Yeah.
hit the
up
mic.
on his ivory tower. Oh,
Yeah.
Luca knows so much.
So you got some honorable mentions for us, Evan?
Yeah, I mean, basically, this is like you could just list a bunch of good games, but these are ones that, like, for the time that I learned it, I was blown away. You know, like obviously now in retrospect, you're like, yeah, it's just a good game, but I wasn't expecting, you know, for whatever reason, I either expected it to be different than it was, or I just wasn't at a certain stage in game, you know. Race for the Galaxy. Yeah. Patchwork.
Yep.
Carcassonne. Santorini.
Santorini. I could see that.
Santorini, good pick.
Ready, Set, Bet. I was so surprised how much fun that was.
I still haven't played it.
I was talking to John about it, and he was just like, he's like, yeah, man, it has no right being as fun as it is. It's silly, it's fun, it's a blast, and it's exactly right. It's yeah, you should try it. You know the premise basically.
Yeah.
It's
I watched it being played at the gathering last year. Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
If you can get someone to be the race caller, like to roll the dice and move the horses and not play, like almost like a DM of the game. We had Grant Lyon at CCon a couple years ago, and he did it. He played
Did
it.
he run it?
He was running it, and he was like into it, talking about the horses, like just like it was a real race going. It was great.
And even groups that don't have that person that wants to get up and be the runner, like they have an app that does it for you.
Yeah.
You know,
that's cool.
Like when I played, it was a guy named Brands who was awesome and very charismatic, and that was a blast. But they have an app if you don't have that person in your group. Anyway, Fantasy Realms, the replayability on that game is just ridiculous.
Yeah,
that's sitting on my shelf of shame.
Have you played the Marvel Remix version?
Some people have told me it's actually a little bit better, but I haven't played it.
More streamlined. It's easier to understand the icons. Like it's also the theme, right? If you like the theme more, but they actually streamlined it really well.
Yeah, nice. I mean, my wife and I, just to say how replayable it is, my wife and I currently, she has 573 wins, and I have 554 wins.
Oh, wow. Lord. Do you play with the expansion with the spell books or items and everything? Yeah.
Well, we picked and chose which expansion stuff we wanted. Okay. We didn't use all of it, but I still have the high score, but she's got me beat on total wins. Grand Austria Hotel.
You said you don't like chucking dice, but that's another one where you roll a bunch of dice and then.
That's a reason I was blown away. I normally do not like dice and the way that it affects my luck in a game compared to other people's luck. And in this one, it kind of doesn't do that.
Have you played Pulsar? Some year,
something
29, yeah,
2290.
I'll never remember the year, but it's like some future year thing. Have you played that?
I never did.
It's almost like Grand Austria Hotel in space. Like it feels very much kind of like that. There's some twists to it and stuff, so it's real fun.
Yeah.
You might.
I have heard. Anytime I've heard that game brought up, it's been very, very positive.
Yep. It's a good one.
Yeah, Steve.
Nice.
Yep. It's so sad. It's so good.
Fun.
That's one of my ones that I'm looking for. I'm not going to buy it until I can find the deluxe with all the cute little bits. Hansa Teutonica.
Ooh, the big box, the one with I played that one, surprisingly good.
It's on my shelf.
Yeah, it's so simple. It's the beigest of beige. It's so simple. You place a cube and remove a cube. You know, it's like,
yep,
so good.
Yep,
yeah,
that's a good one.
Yeah, that was all I wrote down. Obviously,
nice.
there's a bunch of good games, but
yeah,
those are the ones that came to mind.
Good
Other
list.
than Carcassonne, yeah, that's a good. Kidding. Yeah, great. All right. Well, I know that. That's what. I know that. We've been doing this for an hour and 15 minutes. Do you have time to do a really quick?
Yeah,
it's actually a pretty quick thing. I put together. It's a game that we're going to play are you and Mike going to play against each other.
Great. Here we go.
I specifically made this so that you would lose, Mike. So don't feel bad.
I win. Rigged in my favor. Bank error in my favor. $15.
No, it's movie quotes. You don't know anything about movies, right, Evan?
It depends on when it was made.
Cool.
I was into pop culture for like this period of time, and then anything
All
after
right.
that, I'm like, I don't know what that is.
Good. Well, then maybe it'll even out. Let's see. So this is called. I'm going to push buttons again. So we'll see.
Don't mess it up.
Here we go. All right. So this is called. You can quote me. I made it. I made a little.
You make this?
Yeah.
Or Yakum.
Or you. Son. Yeah.
Yakum.
Yakum. It's Polish.
Dwight Yakum.
Yokum. Wow.
If it was like 10 more letters, it could be Polish. Okay, so the idea is I'm going to show you. Imagine that you only see the yellow letters YCQM, and I'm going to show you that, and it's going to be quotes from different movies.
Okay.
And so we're going to take turns. It's not going to be a buzzer thing because we've tried that on the show before, and it's hard to tell who's buzzing in when and stuff.
Yeah.
So, Evan, since you're first, you're our guest, you'll be first. I'm going to show it to you. And what's going to happen first? Thanks, Mike. And what's going to happen first is I'm going to show you this. And so that is a quote. And you get a chance to say, I don't know it. And then Mike gets a chance. And then if both of you pass, then I show you the first word.
Mm-hmm.
Then you get a chance again.
Okay.
Pass. Yeah, that kind of thing. Where you get it is how many points you're going to earn. So right now, if you get it right now, you get 5 points because there's 5 words.
Okay.
If I show you the first word and you get it after that, you'll get 4 points. Then there's this one more little balancing thing. Whoever gets the quote, they get their points. If the opposing person can name the movie that it comes from, they get 1 point.
Okay.
All right. I think there's 12 questions. There might be 11.
Yeah, will you award a creativity point if we come up with our own based on the letter?
No, but I want to hear it.
All I keep coming up with this one is "you fucker" at the end, so I don't.
That's hilarious. All right, so Evan, first off, and nobody expects you to get them like this, but if you do, it'll be very impressive.
Oh, I should turn off the chat, huh? How do I do that?
Oh, yeah. Both of you might want to do that because somebody's going to get
in the lower right
got
of the
it. I got
screen, there's a thing you can make it bigger.
I did. I just went to private chat. Now I can't see the comments.
Oh, there you go. That'll work.
Because I'll totally see that and try not to, but I'll see it anyway.
But yeah, in chat, I'll be watching. I'll let you know if somebody's got it or not.
So I have the first opportunity and then I pass. Is that how it works?
And I'm gonna push a little bit. There's no timer or anything, but I'll be like,
I'm gonna pass.
All right. What you got, Mike?
I got nothing.
You gonna pass? All right. So back to Evan.
And that's a word, not just the next letter of the word.
That's
correct?
the word. Do you have it, Evan?
Evan.
All right. What is it?
No, I am your father.
Look at that. All right. So that gives you 4 points, but luckily for Mike, he can score a bonus point if he tells it what movie it's from.
Star Trek: The Wrath of Khan.
Buzz, nope. That's
Damn
not it. What movie is it from?
Empire. Come on.
Yeah. I know you know it. All right. So now we're going to start with Mike this time.
No, I am your father.
Yeah, I mean, it's right there, right? The clues are behind me.
It's pretty good.
Some of us.
What the shit?
Fool did, Gad.
Yeah. You know this one, right? What's funny is I just did these a couple hours ago and I forgot what this is. The minute I hit the next one, I'll probably know. Any clue or are you going to pass?
I got nothing.
All right, Evan?
I will pass.
All right.
If you were to take a shot in the dark and be wrong, would you be out for the round?
That's
or
a
you just
good
don't get the points?
That is a good question.
That's it. You know what? Just to avoid trying to come up with something every round that would slow it down, I'll say, yeah, you only get one guess.
Okay.
All right.
I love how rules come out midday. Frankly, my darling, I don't give a damn.
That's incorrect.
It's not. Yeah. Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
My dear.
That's pretty close. I feel like we
All
should
right.
split. I feel like we should split the point on that one.
Evan gets 7 points for that one.
That's rude. That's rude.
But you get a bonus point, Mike, if you can say what it's from.
All I'm going to do is just get the bonus points for the movies. I'm not going to try and get any points for real guessing. I'm just going to wait. I don't know. I think it's Casablanca.
Incorrect.
Yeah.
It is from Gone with the Wind.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
I did tell you I rigged it so you'd lose.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when you're dealing with someone who confused the Civil War with the Revolutionary War from last year, it's pretty easy to have this rigged.
Evan, you are going first.
Okay, I'm ready.
It's funny because the first word almost immediately.
I know. Yeah, it's almost too good. Pass.
All right. Passing. All right. Here's the first word.
These are great. These are really good in the beginning.
The short ones might be harder, actually.
Pass.
You got one, Mike?
No.
No? All right. This one might.
Oh, my God.
You talking to me?
Yeah. That's only 2-pointer. Can you tell me what movie it's from, Mike?
Taxi Driver?
Yeah. There you go. Good one. All right, Mike.
Yacht.
You can't handle the truth.
Nice.
Oh, my God. Wow.
So is that A Few Good Men?
That is, so you get the bonus point. Well done. Did you have that thinking okay, here's a quote in my head that comes out?
Yeah, I was hoping for you to get. I got a
that
couple
one
written down. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a website up called Top 10 Movie Quotes.
Great.
Top 10 movie quotes your 80s friend is likely to pull up on you.
Right.
Oh, you might be lagging in points, but you got the most impressive one.
That was a good one.
Thank you.
That's a good one.
All right, Evan.
Yep. Pass.
He's thinking.
Pass.
I'm worried after that last one.
I have an idea, but I don't want to be out.
I know. I definitely didn't want to if I pass, he might actually get it,
Yeah. All right, Evan. Here's the first one.
Hey, you, get your damn hands off her.
Yes.
Whoa,
Very good. That's a big pointer, too.
Oh, that guy is my favorite weirdo in Hollywood.
Crispin Glover. Yeah.
So
very
weird
guy. And of course, Mike, you want to name the movie?
I got nothing.
You don't know?
No.
Oh, I even gave you the actor. It's Back to the Future.
Back to the Future.
When he's telling Biff.
Yep.
Very cool.
Damn.
All right, Mike.
Fun.
That was a tough one.
No, pass.
Oh, I feel like if I pass, he's going to get it.
You want to try something?
No, pass.
Mike?
Oh. Damn it.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Yeah, there you go.
Now, the trouble is which movie is it from? I actually can't remember. So I'm going to go Terminator.
Nope, it's part 2, Judgment Day,
Judgment Day.
Dang it.
1991.
I was like, it could be Predator. It could be,
Nice.
I am here.
Had to have a Schwarzenegger one in there.
Yeah, no, that was good. That was
All
good.
right, who was that? Was that that was all right, Mike? That was so it's Evan's turn.
Yeah.
That was not from Titanic.
They've all been from Titanic.
Yes, that's correct.
They've all been from Titanic. Or Star Wars or Star Trek.
I see dead people.
Nice.
Oh, dude.
That was my guess.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Nice.
Yeah.
I almost passed. And then it came to me.
And where's it come from, Mike?
That was from Star Trek Wrath of Khan.
Good job. 1 point. Oh, what is it?
Sixth Sense. Come on.
Yep.
Come on, man.
Come on. All right. Mike.
Yeah.
Oh.
Pass.
Evan.
I'm going to pass.
Seems like you got a guess.
I know, right?
All right, Mike.
Depends on
That's
what
good.
that first.
That's great. Thanks, Chris. That's really
Super helpful.
amazingly helpful. Pass.
Pass.
All right, here it comes.
Oh, I feel the need for speed.
Oh, dang.
Well done. And can you name the movie, Evan?
Fast and Furious.
Nope.
No, is that wrong? Dang it.
That was
Do I get a point if I get it?
no. It's
Steal,
just a word
steal.
to the other.
It's Days of Thunder.
Oh, Days of Thunder. Okay.
Nope.
No?
Days of Thunder.
No. It's Top Gun.
Talladega Nights.
Damn it.
Top
Yep.
Gun.
Fuck.
I feel
But
that.
you got the points for the quote. So, Evan, this is you.
Oh.
Oh, better get it.
I know that doesn't sound good for me.
Are you getting yelled at?
Yeah, I was.
You heathens.
Right actor, wrong movie.
I gotta pass. I don't know.
What you got for me, Mike?
I'm the king of the world.
Yeah, good
They
one.
were saying Titanic the whole time.
Good.
Man, you are catching up, dude.
Good one. Yeah. Dang.
Oh, sorry, I gave the
Yeah.
word, but
It's Leonardo DiCaprio yelling from the
yeah. There you
bow,
go.
the stern, whatever
Yeah.
it's called.
I'll give you a point because
I'm the king of the world.
yeah, you're catching up, dude. You're only 4 away.
Oh, fantastic.
I gotta quit passing.
I don't know how many are left though, so let's see. Oh. All right, Mike, this is you first.
Yeah.
That's correct.
It's the one time they don't guess. He doesn't guess it.
I'm going to pass.
All right. Evan?
Pass.
Pass.
Yeah, I know I have to take it now or it's not going to happen, but
Oh, comments has it.
I pass.
All right.
Dang,
Mike?
I know it's going to.
Yeah, I got that word. It's the next one that's stopping me.
No?
No, I can't. I can't.
All right, Evan.
There's no basement in the Alamo. No, I don't know. Pass.
Okay.
Oh, I got it. Damn, it's only gonna be 2 points. Fuck, I got it.
What is it?
There's no crying in baseball.
There's no crying in baseball. It's almost the same voice you just did.
Yeah, that's what did it. That's
Oh, dang. That was the PG quote. This is from A League of Their Own.
Correct.
Yeah.
I think we're getting pretty close to the end. What?
Oh,
Oh, no. We've still got a few more.
Oh,
All right. So this is Evan first.
okay. Pass.
All right. What you got? Mike?
Pass.
All right. Evan?
I'll have what she's having.
Damn it.
Yes.
When Harry met Sally.
Nice. All right. You're only 6 behind. This one's Mike.
Flake.
Here's looking at you, kid.
Ooh.
Look at that.
Dang. Nice.
And do you know
I
where it
believe
is?
that's Casablanca.
It is.
Yeah.
Nice. Only 2 points behind Mike. Keeping it tight.
This is tough.
All right, Evan. Is this the last one? No, I think there's one more after this.
Pass.
Mike?
Pass.
I'll be surprised if you in the comments get this one. It's not that, Jim.
Pass.
What you got, Mike?
I don't want to take a guess, but pass.
This one's tough.
Setting. Pass.
What you got, Mike?
Yeah, I got nothing.
Yeah, this one's really tough.
I don't know if I know it. I'm setting booty. Pass.
Mike?
I feel like I would know it by now.
I know, right? I don't know it.
Yeah, I mean, comments is confused as well, so.
It's just saying a lot about you, Chris, for picking this one as a quote. I got nothing.
All right. Well, no points then.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I'll still say, Evan, can you tell me what movie it's from?
Wait, that was
Oh.
Or no, Mike. Mike, can you tell me what movie it's from?
I do now know what it is.
Do you know what it's from, Mike?
it's got to be. Is it Goonies?
It's Goonies.
It's Data,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah,
it's Data's thing.
Yep.
I'm setting booty traps.
that was
Yeah.
a tough one. So I'll
Damn.
get
Yeah, that's
Dang.
that was.
I can't believe I did, but neither of us could get that. That's funny. I've seen
Well,
that
it's
movie
not
so
one of the
many
quotes that
times.
normally gets said, right?
Right.
Right.
Booty traps. I'm setting booty traps.
On booty trap.
Yeah. See,
Man.
it had the. I think this is the last one.
Brutal.
So is this Evan first?
I don't.
No,
No,
I,
think
got
it's
the
Mike.
movie.
I think it's Mike first.
Oh, Mike first. Okay.
Oof, which is bad for me. Because I think I'm up by one. Is that right?
Yeah, I didn't go with Goonies Never Say Die because obviously Goonies is the first thing they say. You are up by 1, yeah.
Oh, shit.
And Mike's first. This is tense.
If this is from Wrath of Khan, that would be fucking epic.
That would be great. Let me check real quick to see if this is the last one. I don't want to lie to you here. Yeah, this is the last one.
Okay.
All right.
Make it or break it.
Pass.
Pass.
Great. I got nothing.
Pass.
What happened?
Baby,
Yeah.
keep going on.
Yeah, Team Spidey's on.
What you got, Mike?
Oh. You want me to open this? You want me to open it?
Sure, Comments could get this one by now.
Hmm. I feel like I know what it I'm missing like 2 of the words.
Yeah. And yeah, I'll pass.
Evan?
I'll pass, but I don't think it's going to help me because I already know this one.
Yeah, this next word's not gonna help.
Yeah.
Mike?
Yeah, I'm trying to go over it in like different
Yeah.
voices.
Right.
It's not that, Jim. Looking in the comments. It's not that, Makagans. It's not Titanic.
I don't know what the S and the B are.
All right. You going to pass, Mike?
Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
Evan?
I got to guess or I'm going to miss it. No human being would sweat bullets like that.
Nope.
Yeah.
All right, Mike.
It's funny. I'm very close on my guess to that. Yeah, definitely Wrath of Khan.
No guess?
I don't need to risk it yet. So
Yeah, because
Yeah,
all
that's
you need is 1 point or 2 if I know the movie.
You need 2 to break the tie.
that's not what I thought that word was going to be.
Jim's got it.
sweat, yeah.
Oh, everybody just started getting it in the comments. Yeah.
I thought it was survive, and I was trying to I had a couple ideas.
Yeah, I might be wrong of what it is actually.
Comments just blew up.
Yeah, I might be wrong.
That was the magic word.
Does this have anything to do with what Evan would have been had he not become Doc Brown? No human being would stack books like that.
Yep.
Wow.
And Evan still gets to say what.
I'm not even sure if I know. No human.
Oh,
I was trying to justify no human being would survive being lost there, and I'm like, all right, that sounds like something. That's definitely something. I'm gonna go with it.
so can you say what movie it's from, Evan?
I don't know if I can. No human being would stack books like that. Is that from Battlestar Galactica? Is not a movie. No, I don't know. I'm not sure. Yes.
And obviously, Mike, you know where it's from.
Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters. By Bill Murray.
Dang. So there is a Bill Murray quote.
There is.
Has to be. So Mike takes it by 2 points.
Dang, nice.
Very surprising.
That was close.
Yeah, because you were back behind for a while, but it's 32-34.
I had a couple. Yeah, I was thinking Blade Runner, Jim. Yeah. Dang. I was trying to picture, Harrison.
Those were fun to make.
No human being would sweat,
That's where I was going. I thought
Yeah,
I
me
was
too.
recording something. Yeah.
I want to try to figure out how to do that in some kind of party game or something.
I like it, man. Yeah.
I think if you just had the card that had the quote itself,
Yeah.
someone would play okay, here's your letters, blah blah blah, and maybe you write them down on a whiteboard, and everybody tries to figure them out.
We
or
have
something.
you have the panels, you know. Boop.
Oh yeah, something like
Yeah.
that. Yep.
Do the red filter.
I wouldn't do that. I can almost always see through those things.
Oh, well, don't do that.
Yeah.
That's a stupid idea.
That's a horrible idea.
That's super fun.
Hey.
That was really
Yeah, I
good.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Turn it into a party game. That'd be great.
They are fun to put together just because every time you visit the quote, you're like, oh, that's such a great movie, and you want to go think about it and all that stuff, you know.
It's almost
man.
infinitely expandable too. Like once
Yeah.
you play through it, you'll know, but you got to add stuff to it.
Oh, I almost expanded it to series because I
Yeah.
thought of some quotes that definitely come from some famous quotes that come from series and stuff, but it's not quite as big and open as movies.
Yeah, well, then you'd be depending on people knowing certain series, right? But you can do like 90s sitcoms and 80s sitcoms. Like you can have
stuff.
That's really clever. That's good.
I like it. That was awesome.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for playing. That was fun.
Heck yeah, good win. Good win. You got it.
Thank you. That was if I had gotten the instead of frankly, darling, I don't give a damn.
Yeah.
That's the one that like gave you the boost and you just started running with it. That was good.
Yeah.
Well, I fucked that one up.
No, I stole it. Yeah.
Oh, no. Right. It was the what was the other one?
I mean, I also knew it at that point, but yeah.
Yeah, the oh yeah, what was the one that got me?
That you got, you mean?
You can't handle the truth. Not that you can't handle.
Yeah.
You did good.
That's the one where you were like, you can't handle the truth. Like you had it ready.
My
You're like,
homework is
I'm
go
waiting
watch
for
Top
this
Gun
one.
and Ghostbusters.
Yeah. Some of these are like when it's a real long one, you're like, oh, that's a lot of points. And then the first word is frankly, and you're like, points.
Yeah.
It's just like a massive amount. Because what else quote starts with frankly?
Right.
You know?
I like the long ones that start with I.
Yeah.
Those are really good.
Next.
Yeah. I loved whenever it was your turn, Mike, and you were like, all right, next. And I knew that I was like, oh, this is great.
Yeah, I'm sure you had a blast with that one. Thanks.
Oh, I thought about historical quotes.
yeah, that'd be
too.
good.
Yeah. That would
Sam,
be good.
Sam, that'd be good.
I don't think I'd have as much fun with that one, though, because I wouldn't look back.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
George Washington.
Well,
my
night,
favorite,
Steve.
whatever. Yeah.
Thanks, Steve. See ya.
But anyway, yeah, that's fun. Thanks for playing. Thanks for trying it out.
Heck yeah, that was awesome.
Well, where can people see you? All that stuff we just talked about, not going to Gamma, right? What's your next one? What's your next
I
convention?
think it's not till April. Gathering.
Gathering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Gathering.
what public con can people find you and all that stuff? Essen. Are you going to be at somebody's booth, or are you just going to visit?
I will be spending some time in a publisher's booth, kind of pimping out my game. But aside
Which
from
one are you
that,
pimping out? Pimping out here?
it's called Metbatok, and it's like set in his he's got this role playing IP that he's had for like 30 years. And then I had this game that was originally inspired by Heroes of Might and Magic video game, but we kind of changed it a bunch to kind of be more just kind of fantasy quest and combat, items and spells and leveling up your character, mixed with area control of exploration map.
Okay, so you took an RPG and did a board game with it.
I took a board game and then adapted his RPG setting into it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And then the big focus of it is like, how do you have a exploration game like that where it's 4 players and everybody else isn't doing this?
Yeah. So how do you solve that?
Well, that's the question. No, basically it's just like on your turn, you do these 2 things and then you move on.
Nice.
Yeah. And it's been playing pretty fast. So, but yeah, hopefully by Essen we'll have like art on it and things that will look presentable and we'll actually be able to show it to people. Right now it has my hand-drawn little janky.
Do I know the game?
No, I don't think so.
Huh.
No, it's a pretty less known RPG. It's just a dude in his own world that he created. Called,
No, your game that you adapted to it. Do I know? Did you show me?
no. This one's like a big, massive, like you've got a group of characters and they're moving around a map and
Gotcha. Cool.
yeah,
I've
much
got-
much bigger.
I've got a game in the entry part of design that is also exploration.
Yeah,
kind
I
of
love
stuff
that.
like that. And I've come up with a fix for the taking 20 minutes for my
The
thing.
sandwich,
So
yeah.
I'm interested in everybody's fix for that. Yeah.
Yeah. So like the big key for us was, how do you have some people whose turn is I walk over here, and then the next person whose turn is I'm embroiled in this combat with tons of stuff happening,
Right.
And so how do you make those turns relatively chonked out similarly?
Right. Yep.
Is the rub.
Hi, Luca.
Hi, Luca. Oh, and then it'll be a BGG because I love BGG.
Because don't want to miss that.
Yeah. So if y'all want to hang out with me and play some games and whatever, come to ESSA and BGG and reach out to me. And I love hanging out.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thanks for coming by, hanging out with us,
Heck
playing
yeah.
games and talking about games. Mike, do you have anything? I won't be here next week, but I don't know what you're doing. What are you doing?
Oh, I'm having a party. It's going to be the best show ever.
Yeah, it's got to be. I won't be here.
Hi.
Everybody show up and see what weird thing he ends up doing and tell him how it's not as good because I'm not there.
Yeah, it's just going to be me and Luca hanging out for 2 hours.
Heck yeah.
It'll be fine.
Right? You going to hang out with Dad next week?
You should just have him paint for 2 hours so everybody could talk about his paintings.
I bet that would actually be enjoyable to watch.
I think it's fun.
All right. Well, anything else you want to cover, Mike? Anything before I hit the buttons, the right buttons?
No, I'm good. I said in the beginning, if you could find Evan at a convention, introduce yourself, hang out with him. He's a great dude. If you're a publisher and you're looking for cool shit that people are making that's outside the box or creative in some other way than just your regurgitated deck builder and stuff, Evan's right there. So
Thanks,
Yeah,
man.
Evan, you're one of these designers that has like stacks of games that you could show
I
people.
do.
so many
It's
good
kind of
ones.
silly.
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks, man. Yeah. I really appreciate you guys bringing me on. I had a blast, and I look forward to the next time we actually get to sit in the same room and play some games together.
Yeah, a few weeks. Anyway.
Yeah.
Should be.
Also, it's not often that we get to say this, but you have been one of those always active in the chat with this community every show. And although you do leave to go to prototype on Mondays, I really appreciate you being in there and showing up every week and doing your comments and giving us shit for the stuff that we do. Like it's when I see
I
you
try to
pop
show
up, it's very enjoyable.
Good. I try to show up. I missed some weeks, but
Even the show he's a guest on, he's in the comments.
Yeah, he's still in the comments. We're not even doing that, and he's doing it.
and thanks everybody in the comments for showing up and playing
Yeah.
along. And it was I had a blast.
Bye.
Bye,
Bye.
Evan. Say bye,
Bye,
Chris.
Luca.
Say bye, friends.
Bye, friends.
Can't do better than that. Bye, everybody.
See you guys.